Hi, I'm Peter. This is Peter on Health Channel. This video is called 30 Days of the Carnivore Diet. October 1, yay! I got, yeah. And so my wife and I did, the carnivore diet between September 1 and September 30. So I'm eating plants and nuts again today. I'm excited. So it was a very interesting month. The whole idea was a reset, not for me so much. I thrive on the Mediterranean diet, but it was really for my wife, who had, myriad health complaints, and all seemed to be addressed by the carnivore diet. And she's seen some, pretty good improvement this month. Now, I stuck to the carnivore diet, pure animal products, beef, salmon, ham, eggs, yogurt, goat's milk I was drinking, and I stuck to that the whole freaking month. Like 30 days in a row of 5 eggs for breakfast, and it was an interesting month. For me, it took like the bowel stuff took like 6 days, and then I was kind of it was like normal going, right? Like too much information. My wife's still getting reset that way. That was one of her major complaints why we did, carnivore. But but one of the more interesting things was in the first 2 weeks, emotional baggage coming out. Now, my problem emotionally is kind of a really fast, temper. I get into a rage really quickly. Now, in the last 10 years, it really hasn't come out because, I've become self-aware and blah, blah, blah. But there was a moment there in the second week of doing carnivore when, I don't know, my daughter, we were at the kitchen counter and she'd left something on where I was going to eat. And I said, hey, could you move that? And she said, no. So I moved it. And she then just moved it right back to where I was going to eat. And like provocatively, right? I picked up, this thing and I chucked it across the kitchen, right? And I was like shocked, like, holy crap, the rage came out like that. My wife, for her part, like she had a repeat of her menopause craziness time for like about 3 or 4 days in that second week. Just completely off the hook, nutty. But that all cleared up, and so in the second 2 weeks, like she's doing really good. So anyway, just looking at some data quickly. For me, I dropped 5 pounds. My trend line went from a buck 80. I'm 6'4". I was 12% body fat. I think I'm about 11% right now. Um, uh, we had see, there's a wall hanging mirror in this picture right behind me, and we had our worker guy come yesterday and he installed it, and I looked at myself and I'm like, I'm freaking ripped, man. Look at me there. I'm like, I'm 60 next this winter and like in 2 months. And okay, so I'm wiry, but come on, I'm ripped, right? So I said to my wife, hey, you've been holding back, right? Because I hadn't seen myself in a mirror. And I'm like, you've been holding back, man. I'm like totally ripped. She says, you're not ripped, So you did a tonal workout this morning, and there's me hanging. So if this was a mountain, this is a benchmark of all the users, and there's, I don't know, 60,000 users on tonal, at least the ones who are on the leaderboard, and maybe 30,000 males. And if this was a mountain and you headed down to the sea, I got my like toes in the surf there, right? Must be some weak ass people on tonal. But I also have a blood glucose, continuous glucose monitor. I'll be talking more about that. And I've been wearing it. This is a typical day. So on carnivore, what it did. So this yellow line is up to 70 glucose, which is a pretty healthy low reading. And the highest peaks here are like 90. I'm not even like getting over 100. So basically, eating carnivore, like here's me eating and my glucose drops. Here's me eating again and the glucose drops. So I'll go in more detail of that, especially as I'm now going to eat plant food starting today. Yay! But anyway, it's a very interesting month, worthwhile doing. Do not want to do it for the rest of my life, but interesting month, carnivore month.